Coming out of high school and into uni life, it was a big change for me, and the whole concept of uni was scary and daunting.
When I first started, I sort of walked around like a bit of a stunned mullet for the first 3 weeks. I didn't know what was going on. I thought, how am I going to pass this?
Just married with 4 kids. I work at night. I'm still managing to do this full time.
I just enjoy being at uni because the combination of like interesting content and just the flexible hours, friendships, you know, all that's offered, it's like amazing. The main thing that I would say is to not stress out about your degree choice. Choose something that you think you'll be interested in, but if you have to change degrees, you know, don't worry about it.
Don't worry too much in the first couple of weeks when it all seems so new.
Assignments, you have to start them early, otherwise you fall behind.
You've got to make the decision where you do need a bit of a hand. You know, sure, it's always good to try and do everything yourself, but sometimes you do need a hand.
There's endless amounts of help out there, whether it's classmates, lecturers, tutors, or in the library.
There's lots of help out there. I usually go to my learning advisor and book an appointment with her.
Take advantage of the workshops because they're offered and so many people don't do them, but yet when you do them, you realise how useful that information actually is.
What I'd done before the semester started, I read all the textbooks, right? So I read all the course profiles. So when I first went to my first lecture, I knew what was going on.
The course profiles often also say what sort of readings you need to do and by what week they need to be done. So factor all that in. Just basically organisation, and then the stress level is so much lower.
What I do is I purposely not have any books at home. So, you know, I wouldn't have a novel sitting there. So you know, if I had time to read, I would read something from uni.
What happens is everyone turns up before the class starts, and then it's a sort of talk and shop about what's going to happen and, you know, how everyone's going, and it's really helpful as well.
And when you do icebreakers at the start, it's a good way to meet people.
And then you just start chatting, and then you make a new friend and someone you can rely on and talk to if you do get stuck. A stressful time, personally for me, is around exams. To cope, I just took some study breaks, have a coffee, maybe just chat with some friends and see how they're feeling.
The last thing you want is 3 or 4 things all due in the same week. So if you can avoid that by staggering everything out.
An hour and a half before my lecture start, I'll get here early, and then I'll just go over what's going to happen with the lecture again. I've already done it the night before, but I just refresh my memory about what's happening.
Just the chipping away at the work. Do a little bit every day. Do something every day.
My big tip is that everyone's capable of passing at university, right? You just got to believe in yourself and just discipline yourself and just make sure you turn up for class.
And once you find friends at university who you can go into a lecture theatre and sit down next to and have a chat, it just makes it so much more of an enjoyable experience. So definitely put yourself out there.
I was sitting in the park bench, letting the time go, dead, waiting, and all one in another park bench. He was letting the time go, dead, waiting, past walking a pretty girl, a very pretty girl with a handsome body. I ain't not so different, I thought, from the old man. Disgusting, decrepit, dead, Also, I look at the ass rolling on of the teenager.
Yow! It's the most surveilled motherfucker in the universe. I would certainly hope the surveillors are done surveilling by now and that they have started consuming the raw organic eggs for their own good. Because there is one direction but down for everyone who does not do this. This is certain. I have nothing to add.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for this great honor, and we are just overjoyed to be able to be the recipients of a second Peabody. But as everyone in this room knows, you can't do it alone, and certainly Breaking Bad wouldn't have received this award without the encouragement and support of the great people standing behind me. Well, you know who you are. 7 years ago, Vince Gilligan, the creator of the show, had this idea of turning a good man into a bad one. And so he played this parlor game that we've all played at home. What would you do if you had 2 years to live? How would you live your life? And Walter White lived that in his own world. He took this to an innovative, forward-thinking company, studio, Sony Television. They in turn introduced it to a courageous network, AMC, and because of that union, we were able to realize this incredible storytelling. On behalf of everybody and my friends who I thought were gonna follow me on stage, but didn't, we greatly appreciate this award. We will honor it forever and ever, and thank you so much. And in Danish, tak men tak.